The first computer, the earliest mechanical computer, called the Antikythera mechanism, was created over 2,000 years ago in Greece. Pixels in the first photograph. The first digital photograph was taken in 1957 and is only 176 by 176 pixels. Brain memory. The human brain has the capacity to hold up to 2.5 petabytes of information, which is equivalent to 3 million hours of video. Blood and its pressure. The pressure of the blood coming out of the heart is so powerful that it can explode up to 9 meters away. Seeing in the dark. Our eyes are most sensitive to darkness after about 20 minutes, a process called low-light adaptation. Humans in water. Humans can survive up to a month without food, but only 3 to 4 days without water. Oldest inhabited city, Jericho, in Palestine, is one of the oldest cities still inhabited, with a history of over 11,000 years. The smallest country in the world. The Vatican is the smallest country, with an area of only 44 hectares. Antarctica is the largest desert in the world. Although most people associate desert with sand and high temperatures, Antarctica is technically the largest desert due to the lack of rainfall. Rivers can flow uphill. In some places, gravity and erosion create strange phenomena. An example is the Rijeka Crnojevica River in Montenegro, which seems to flow against gravity due to the terrain. The rarest letter in the English language is Z. Despite the fact that it is part of the alphabet, the letter Z is used much less often compared to other letters in English texts. There is one lake in the world that is separated by two different oceans. Lake Titicaca in South America is connected to the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans through its waterways. Bees can sense human emotions. Studies show that bees are sensitive to the chemicals we release when we are stressed or afraid. There are vending machines for everything in Japan, from eggs to ties and underwear. Japan has more vending machines than any other country, with about one vending machine for every 23 people. Glaciers hold 75% of the world's fresh water. This is why their melting has a major impact on sea level rise. A billion seconds is just over 31 years. If you count the seconds without stopping, you'd reach a billion after more than 3 decades. There are more sheep than people in Australia. The sheep population in Australia outnumbers the human population by a ratio of about 3 to 1. Himalayan grass can live up to 500 years. This type of grass, called Eureta, grows at high altitudes and is known for its extremely slow growth. Earth has a longer day every year. Due to the slowing of the Earth's rotation, every 100 years, a day lengthens by about 1.8 milliseconds. An oak can talk to other trees. Through the network of roots and fungi, oaks share nutrients and alert each other about dangers. There are lakes under Antarctica. Beneath the thick layer of ice, there are more than 400 lakes, some of which have remained isolated for millions of years. Octopods have 3 hearts, 2 of them pump blood to the lungs, while the third pumps blood to the rest of the body. Eagles can see 8 times better than humans. They can spot prey several kilometers away. Kangaroos cannot walk backwards. The structure of their legs prevents them from moving in this direction. The human brain produces as much energy as a 10-watt light bulb. If the brain's energy could be harnessed, it would be enough to light a light bulb. The tongue is the strongest muscle in the human body for its size. It's also the only part of the body that heals the fastest. There are more bacteria than cells in our body. A human body contains about 39 trillion bacteria and 30 trillion human cells. The pharaohs of Egypt used honey as medicine. Honey was a natural antiseptic used to treat wounds and illnesses. The Leaning Tower of Pisa has been used as a physics laboratory. Galileo Galilei allegedly conducted experiments on gravity from its top. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches in the world. The number of stars is so great that it is almost unimaginable. A day on Venus is longer than a year there. It takes Venus longer to spin on its axis than it does to make a complete orbit around the Sun. Earth's moon is moving away. Every year, the moon moves away from Earth by about 3.8 centimeters. Montenegro has a forest where the trees dance. In a forest near Podgorica, the wind creates the illusion that the trees are moving. In Finland there are competitions with women on their backs. This tradition has become an official sport and the winners receive the woman's weight in beer. Iceland has no snakes. It is one of the rare places where snakes are completely absent due to the climate. Koalas have fingerprints like humans. Their footprints are so similar to those of humans that they can confuse forensic investigations. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. Half of their brain remains active to monitor predators and breathe. Lionesses do most of the hunting in the pack. While the male lions defend the territory, the females are the ones who provide the food. Children are born with about 300 bones. Over time, some of them fuse and the adult is left with 206 bones. The human heart can beat over 3 billion times in a lifetime. It pumps around 7,570 liters of blood every day. Stomach acid can dissolve metal. Hydrochloric acid is so powerful that it can also dissolve iron. Honey never spoils. Jars filled with honey from ancient Egypt have been found and are still edible after thousands of years. Hot chocolate was medicine. In ancient America, it was used to treat stomachaches and other ailments. Apples are made up of 25% air. This is why they can float in water. The sun makes up 99.86% of the mass of the solar system. Planets, moons and everything else makes up only 0.14%. A year on Neptune lasts 165 Earth years. This is because its orbit is much longer than that of Earth. Stars sing. Through pressure waves and vibrations, stars produce noises that can be interpreted as sounds. Samurai used perfumes before battles. They considered it important to have a pleasant scent, even if they were going to die. The Great Wall of China is not visible from space. This is a myth. Although it is very tall, its width makes it impossible to distinguish from the great heights. Drinking coffee was once forbidden. In the 16th century, some governments considered coffee a dangerous substance to society.